Hi guys, Martin88 here and welcome back to another FIFA 21 video. And I like doing these videos. I'm going to put a disclaimer out there right away. This is going to be a long video, okay? And it is another tutorial on how to be ultimate 100 chem, and it's come from just a lot of you guys asking to see some gameplay, so that's why we've done it. So yeah, like I said, it is going to be a long video, so if those kind of videos aren't for you, I completely understand. Maybe click off, go watch somebody else. But if you are intrigued to see a full game against 100 Chemistry Ultimate, this is from when I finished 9th in the world, then stick around. This video is certainly going to be for you. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so straight into it. First thing, we could just see on screen there that it says that it's on ultimate. Okay, so anybody out there that is going to say, oh, it's not on ultimate, it's on legendary, well, just believe what you want. There you go, there's the proof. It is on ultimate. To get the scores that I do weekly, you have to play it on ultimate. I'm not going to speak about that anymore. So on screen right now, we can see they're playing a 4-4-2. The formation is something that I always keep an eye out for. Where can I get my overload? Where can I have that extra player? And I think for me, in a formation against like a 4-3-3 or a 4-4-2 like this, it's my cam. Get the ball into my cam. He's free. They're not playing with the CDM. Let's try it and utilise that. The other thing that I'm looking at is how many 5-star skillers do they have in their team, and that is because they attack differently. They have that extra trick in their box. And you just have to be a little bit more on it defensively. So I hate playing against an attack that's just got loads of 5-star skillers. So there's a couple in this team. So yeah, we had to be on our game. I've made a load of notes. I'm going to watch this game through with you and just talk to you about bits and bobs that I do in the game. So as you can see right now on screen, we are just taking the lead 1-0 after 6 minutes. So goal one, good defending. We waited for the run, we slipped it through, and you just got to be really clinical in front of goal. Sounds really, really easy, but that is generally the way that we're going to be playing in this game. And like, there is a few things that I want you to keep an eye out for amongst this game, and that is my right stick switching, my positional play, how I deal with being pressed, which is a big thing I know a lot of you guys struggle with, and also how I win the ball back. Alright, so it's the right stick switching, winning the ball back and dealing with that press, and really my positional play. It was like not bringing defenders out and all that type of thing. Okay, so I just want you to keep an eye on that. Okay, so you just saw a chance that I missed with Rooney there. And that is something that I would love to sort out, because I really believe that you have to have 5-star weak foots going forward, and he's the only 4-star one that I have. And where I ball rolled inside, and I wanted to just finesse it with my left foot, and on ultimate it's a 99 keeper, and yeah, it just gets saved. If that's Heung-min Son, if that's Eusebio, if that's Ryan Kent, that's in the net, and that's already 2-0. And when playing on ultimate, it's something that you might not get another chance this half, so you really need to be putting them away. The thing I would just say is, you saw me give away a massive chance here. This isn't actually a great performance from me, but I just wanted to show you a 5-0 performance, which this is, like warts and all. This is a real like bog standard win for me. I haven't cherry picked something. Like, this is just a pretty standard performance from me, and sometimes I'd concede, sometimes I wouldn't, and in this instance I don't. Right, that second goal that just goes in there, very, very similar to the first goal. And very, very similar to a lot of goals that I would score. Great defending again, and I say it looks simple, but it is good. It's highlighting the central midfield, the CDMs, waiting for that little interception. Then we go forward. We're waiting for Curtis Jones, who is the extra man. Slip him in, and job done. It's in the net. Right, okay. This right here is where we've dealt with getting pressed, and we've just pierced straight through the team. We're homing in on goal, and we're 3-0 already. I can't keep up with you with what I want to tell you to what's happening on the screen. But watch that clip back just there. That is where I've dealt with them pressing me massively, and I know a lot of you crumble there, and you'll end up giving the ball away and conceding. But win it back and slip Jones straight through. I'm going to cut that short because this clip right here, this is me right stick switching for my life and just putting them under so much pressure. Even on ultimate, they've just got nowhere to go, and we get through here and we score our 4th goal. That's stuff that I'd say I've only really started to utilise over the past few weeks, and it's just like when playing on ultimate, there's nothing that you can just say do this, do that. There's lots of different things to jump from legendary to ultimate, and that's kind of that added X factor that is just going to take you to the next level. Okay, so where are we at in the game at the moment? We're 4-0. You're probably thinking, oh, this is just easy peasy. You can't rest on your laurels with this, because at any moment on ultimate they can just switch. They really can. So if you're going really, really well and you're 4-0 up and it seems quite easy, you've got to go and get that 5th goal. I've had games where I've thought this and I end up winning like 4-2 and stuff like that, and that will just kill you points wise. It really, really will. So you've got to stay on the button, like hammer home your advantage massively. Even try and get those corners and the shots on targets as well, because like I said, in the second half you might struggle. Right, okay, coming up now is what I think defines play on ultimate. This little passage of pay you're about to see, and I'm going to score at the end of it, is where I think a lot of people would struggle. So we're just going to sit back and watch this piece of defending, because I'm struggling here. I'm not going to lie. At this moment, the way that they attack in this little passage here that we're watching, I am having to be on my absolute A game. Like the tricks that are coming out and everything. It's the right stick switching, it's concentrating, not dragging someone out. The moment you drag them out, you're conceding, trust me. Then we break away, we wait for the run from Curtis Jones, slip it into Eusebio, ball roll, finesse, 5-0, we've got our 5 goals. Want to say there, normally there would be more goals like that in an ultimate game from me. I'd say 70% maybe. I've just plucked that thin out. A lot of goals that I score when I've put a through ball, I do a little ball roll with Eusebio and either finesse it with his right, finesse it with his left, because on ultimate, where they've got the 99 pace, you aren't just going to be able to just run straight and shoot. It just doesn't happen. And I've always said you need that little bit extra to score on ultimate, and really I find that works a treat. Okay, so maybe watch that passage back and like really scrutinize it. If you're somebody that is trying to jump up to ultimate, just watching it, first time, you'd be like, well, that seems quite easy, but you need to analyze it a little bit to actually grasp what was going on there. So you just saw as well that we're 5-0, so I changed my tactics. That's something I do now that I'm on ultimate, because like I said, if I find, and this is due to massive scripting in my opinion, which I think squad battles is, and momentum, that type of stuff, you never face the same team first half and second half. It just don't happen like that. Anyway, I make my team a little bit more compact and defensive, basically to try and stop goals. I still go and try and get the shots on targets in the corners, but it's not as big a deal as it is on legendary. Like if I get 8 shots on target and 7 corners, that's enough. If you've kept the clean sheet and you've won 5-0, unless you're absolutely gunning for like first place or second or third or something, that is 100% going to take you to where you need to be. So that's why I now change my tactics. So that's half time, it's 5-0, and what I would say as well is, when I was just talking about changing my tactics, if you want to see what tactics that I do use, I will put a link in the description below. I did it last week. It's 4-2-3-1 that I'm playing, if you don't know, and yeah, go and check it out, and you might even want to go back and watch that and watch this and see how like I actually use it, because I know I've had people say, oh, I've used it, doesn't work for me, or a few people have said that it does. Like it's all down to personal preference really, and what is going to work for you. Right, okay, so obviously like I said at the start, this is going to be a long video, but realistically this is for people that are looking to jump up from legendary to ultimate, and there's a lot of little bits and pieces to say, and if you only pick up 2 or 3 things over this video that help you improve, that could well make the difference. Okay, so I'm going to do a lot of talking, a lot more talking over this second half, and just let it play out, because obviously all I'm doing now is going for those corners and those shots on target. So the aim for the second half is basically what I just said. We are trying to get some shots on targets and some corners, but because we're playing on ultimate, I am very, very, very conscious of the fact that we might end up conceding, and not conceding is the absolute priority, because if you can not concede, you're going to end up with a truckload of points, and I mean a truckload. So I am always looking to feel how the AI is playing. I've played so much squad battles now that I can tell whether they've gone up a notch, or whether the scripting has come into play, or whether EA have said, go on, go stuff this guy now, he's winning 5-0. Like, I've, depending on how it feels, will be whether I go for corners or shots on target. That might sound quite complicated, but it's like facing the AI itself. If you it's all muscle memory, and if you know how they attack, you know how they attack basically. Yeah, so when I'm talking about like how to defend and all that type of stuff, like anyone can do this. Like, I'm not an amazing player, but I've just played so much squad battles now. I understand the mechanics. The AI is particularly difficult to defend against, but like, you end up just knowing like what they're going to do basically, and the only times you don't is when EA just wants to screw you, and when that happens you just have to dig in and just try and scrape out any kind of result that you can. So yeah, my advice would be, if you do want to get better at squad battles, and you want to start getting higher positions, or like whatever reason that you want to do it, just keep playing and playing and learning what the AI does, because it only has a certain amount of moves. It don't, you know, it isn't a human at the end of the day. And yeah, that's something that I have learned massively. I think another big thing is the team that you've got. A lot of you are worrying about like tactics, or what formation you play in, custom tactics, etc, etc. You need the team, especially if you're going to play on ultimate, right? You need quick, agile defenders. You need quick, agile CDMs, in my opinion, and your forwards need to be 5-star weak foot as well. Like we said, with that Rooney chance that I had, realistically that was the only chance that you saw me miss in the first half, and I've said to you guys before about that you have to be clinical on ultimate, because you don't know when you're going to get your next chance. So yeah, your attackers need to be 5-star as well. You can see here as well that I'm checking the match facts left, right and centre, because in this particular game I remember getting the corners was just ag. You feel like, again, I've played so much squad battles that sometimes EA are just like, F this guy, he's not getting his corners that easy, not today. Because literally he'll get a corner like we see here, and I will just run at the defender, and a lot of the time you'll get 5, 6, 7, 8, even 9, 10. Sometimes I can just get all my corners in one hit, and that's massive, because you then don't have to win the ball back. Like, think of it like this: if you're trying to get 10 corners and you have to win 10 corners with different attacks, not just running into them, that's 10 times that an ultimate opposition can attack at you, and it's just the odds aren't stacked in your favour of keeping the clean sheet then. So like, it's real technical stuff like that that you have to think about, in my opinion, if you want to get to the real top end of squad battles, which can be quite tedious, to be honest with you. Let's have it right. So yeah, that's what we are talking about. Obviously, if you're still here at this point in the video, one, I appreciate it massively, but two, obviously you must be someone that is either just really interested in my thoughts, or you really want to get better at it. Like, if anybody wants like more one-on-one like tuition, basically, you know, like how you can get coaching or lessons for online. If anybody really wanted a one-on-one for like an hour with me, just drop a comment like in the video or at the start of FIFA 22 or something, and I'll be happy to help. Because I know that some of you anyway, have messaged me this year and said you really wanted to get top 200. Some of you have already done that, so well done if you are one of them players. I've had lots of great messages saying that I've helped people do that. But if you're somebody that wants to do that, don't hesitate to contact me, and I will be happy to help. So yeah, that's about it really, guys. That is an insight into how I got 9th in the world, and hopefully how I'll get higher than that. I just need to upgrade my own team. There's loads of, I appreciate there's a lot of information in there. You might think that I'm just rambling on. Honestly, there's loads more that I could probably tell you, because it's just those fine little details, I think, playing on Ultimate that allows you to win or doesn't. Remember that little clip earlier on when I think I scored my 5th goal, like 4 months ago? I would have conceded a goal there, and it's just about those fine margins. I turned that into for defending it well and actually got my 5th goal. So that's, you know, that's it in a nutshell really. So what I'd like you to do is go and drop a like on the video. You don't believe how long this has taken me to make. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We are steaming towards that 2,000 mark now, although we've just passed the 1,000, but the support has been amazing, so thank you very much for that. We are going to have Foot Champs rewards on Thursday, and next week we have got a mega week of uploads. We've got 4 uploads for Ultimate Top, so that is going to be very, very good, so I don't want you to miss that. So as we're getting into the added on time, I've basically declared, and you can see here my little trick that you've seen me do a lot. I just spin round in a circle. If I've had enough and I don't want to concede, I just spin round in a circle and the AI won't attack you. I've done glitch videos on it earlier in the year, and yeah, that works quite well for me. So we're going to see how many points we got here, which I think was in like 3,400 odd. There we go. Terrific. And that's how it's done, boys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.